Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Making 3, and today I'm going to be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto Broke is Human Limiter. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, I posted a brand new series over on Anime Prince of What If Naruto was sent to the My Hero Academy universe by Kaguya, so go ahead check out that and enjoy guys. And I also posted a brand new episode over on Anime King 2 of What If Naruto. Godlike Naruto was sent towards the Marvel Universe, so go ahead check out that and enjoy. And remember, for new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, I indeed have 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime Prince, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family, and thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. So the last part that we left off, we did not start at the elemental nation. Instead we started at an unknown planet as a man calmly made his way down the hall. Arriving towards the sector, he reported in that same man that had came to the elemental nation searching for that woman had been not found. He was gone. The man that sat in a throne was hidden, as his face was not revealed. However, the way he spoke, the way he gave out orders, he seemed to be some kind of king. As he wanted the girl found immediately, the man quickly left as he went to relay the orders. The king then proceeded to got up to his feet, as he seemed rather angry. Who do these people think they are, believing that they can leave whenever they please? Well, not under his rule. We then skip back to the elemental nation, as Hiruzen arrived to the room to see Naruto sleeping, with the girl alongside him as she was in a bed as Naruto sat in the chair. Hiruzen woke up Naruto as he asked him to relate to him what happened out there. As Naruto gave him a quick summary of everything that happened, as Hiruzen leaned back and listened to it all. Afterwards, he had a nice little chat with Jiraiya. It turns out that the summoning realm was in big talk, because someone eviscerated the snake summoning clan completely. Yes, it was just gone, as a large population of snakes were erased. Someone went there and killed a lot of them. And the descriptions, Jiraiya was frightened as the last time he heard those descriptions, he was inside of Konoha, as Hiruzen sat down. As Naruto had been taken there, however, he had no prior memory of what happened, and that got Hiruzen confused and a bit afraid of the prospect of what is going on, and who was this woman to have hurt Naruto. She was a Hyuga from what Naruto had said. However, to actually hurt Naruto from the things that Hiruzen had saw Naruto been through and got back up like nothing happened, the thought of this person and the other one being out there was rather frightening. However, the Chunin exams had yet to commence, as the preliminaries had to be commenced first before they move on to more serious topic. For now, the woman was put in care of the medics, as Naruto decided to make his way out to the front line, where he saw his team. Sasuke was at least looking better than he was before, as something weird had happened to him with that strange mark on his neck. However, he still stood no chance against Naruto at all. When Naruto arrived, Kurosaki tried her best not to look over towards him at all, because she noticed her father on top of the balcony. As Sasubaki was watching the interaction between them, Sasubaki started to notice things between Kurosaki and this Konoha genin. Something was up, however she just could not prove it, but she could definitely tell that something was up, as she couldn't believe that Kurosaki would ever betray her country. For some Konoha ninja, no, she wouldn't do that. She had too much trust and faith in her to ever think that lowly of her. However, the way she was acting lately, as Sasubaki wondered, however, if she was ever betraying the country, she would tell. It's not like she wanted to get Kurosaki in any trouble or anything. It's just that if she tell the Tishikage would not really do anything, after all she was his granddaughter. However, she would forbid her from ever seeing this Konoha ninja again. And that is what Sasubaki wanted. She didn't want Kurosaki to be with this Konoha ninja. Well, she didn't really want her to be with anyone. But that was a different personal reason that she had. That she had not really spoken out loud before. However, she had her reasons, as she kept them to herself. So with that, the preliminaries started up. As the matches went off, one of the more prominent matches was Sakura. As she faced off against Gaara, however, she came to realize her strengths and weaknesses. As Kakashi was happy to see that his student finally understand the true ways of being a kunoichi or a shinobi. As she gave up, knowing that she was not at this level. She shouldn't have taken the exam in the first place. She wasn't ready for it. However, next time she will be. As Naruto gave her a happy smile at that. He was rather upset when he saw Neji and Hinata fought. He would give anything to have family, however Hinata, one of the nicest persons that he knew, was being knocked around by her cousin, which really angered Naruto as he wanted to pulverize Neji. However, if he did that, he would be probably kicked out of the exam, so he kept his composure calm. Once that was said and done, as Gaara was watching Naruto the entire time, still furious that he never got to kill him for what happened, as Naruto's name was called with Lee. The last time Lee and Naruto fought, Lee felt fear and he ran away. Now, things were different as he was prepared. Lee started to attack Naruto with everything that he got, however, all of that was for naught as nothing was getting through. As Naruto started to enjoy, as Lee removed his weights and knocked Naruto around, however he got up like nothing happened. Kurona and the others were rather shocked at that. As Lee then entered the gates, pushing his power up to the max, however once again, Naruto started to enjoy the battle a bit more than he thought. As he started to actually go into a fighting pose, however, all the dust got to him as he ended up sneezing. This sneeze ended up tearing the entire wall down and blasting Lee far and deep within the forest, knocking him out cold. As Naruto scratched the back of his head and apologized. The Chunin exams had to be delayed to the next day, as Naruto found out that he'll be fighting Kurosaki. The worstest thing that he never wanted to happen, he'll be fighting her of all people, as he cursed his luck. As sometime after that, Naruto was called to the hospital. As he saw Hinata father there, Naruto didn't like the man, knowing that he must be something, well, rather cruel to let family members fight like that. Neji had so much hatred for Hinata that Naruto did not like one bit. However, Hayashi dismissed him. The reason why he was here was quite abundant. The girl was a Hyuga, but her eyes was so different. However, she would not tell them anything. She wanted to speak to Naruto. That is why Naruto was called, so he made his way inside. As he was ready to meet this woman that he didn't even know her name. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play, check it for yourself, and we'll just begin this new episode. We begin this episode at Kumo. As the Raikage sat in its chair as he overheard everything that Yujito had to tell him. Once she was done, he went into a thinking pose, thinking about what Konoha was hiding. As Yujito told him everything from her and her team going after Arashi and his followers, and to how powerful they were. Arashi was an A-rank missing ninja, however, a kid from Konoha no more than 13 was able to tank Arashi, powerful attack, and kill him with a punch, and take out all of his followers in the blink of an eye. Blonde hair and whisker marks. Yujito told him everything. The Raikage was now thinking what kind of secrets that Konoha was hiding. He had refrained from sending any of his shinobi to Konoha for Chunin exams, since recently things had not been well with them. After all, with the whole capturing of the Hyuga, Konoha ninjas had been rather rueful to any Kumo ninjas they came across in the outside. However, that was a good opportunity to check out any possible threats. The Stone had another idea, though Oniki had sent his own granddaughter there. While he was not there, he still had information. As he wondered what he was planning, was something going on that he did not know about. The Raikage decided that it would be good to find out exactly what was going on by sending a few spies to check out the finals of the Chunin exams of Konoha. It should be quite interesting to find out what new breed of shinobis Konoha had. The boy also introduced himself, Naruto. Who was this Naruto? The Raikage thought to himself. Meanwhile that was going on, Kurosaki stood on a stone platform in her village, as she overlooked the horizon down below. as she was rather high up. She had climbed all the way up here, a part of her training physical part. However, she just did to clear her mind. The past few days had not been well for her in the slightest. But what was she supposed to do? She knew that she more than likely broke Naruto's heart. He is one of the kindest, sweetest persons that she knew. However, she had to go and break his heart like that. But there was no help in it. From a outsider point of view, they would probably call her a bitch for hurting him, seeing that how much he cared about her. However, if you would sit down and understand the reasons, you would know. Naruto was from Konoha. The Hidden Stone and Konoha will never get along, the way her grandfather was running things. She was a granddaughter of the Tishikage, not just some random shinobi from the Hidden Stone, the granddaughter. She had a crucial point in everything. As she was next in line to become the Tishikage, whether most would not say it, she had the lineage. She was rising up in the skill ranks. She was a prominent figure of the village already, accompanying her grandfather to several important meetings, as she wanted to understand the business of how to run the village. Yet, this one individual, this one stupid brat, she punched her fist in the rock. Despite them being the same age, she couldn't help but rant that he was a brat. He had to come in her life and mess it all up by making her feel things for him that she's never felt for another boy. At night, her heart ached when she thought about him, as she still remembered the tears in his eyes. But despite everything, she's not forgotten about him one bit. She still cared deeply for him. Every time she saw him, she wanted to say something, she wanted to apologize. However, she knew that it was best if she just steal her emotions away. Doesn't matter if she felt pain or regret in the long run. At least she will be suffering alongside him. After all, she deserved it for what she told him. As she lowered herself, yet as she stood here thinking about him, the pain just got so much worse. A panting voice could be heard behind her. Kurosaki. She turned as she saw Sasubaki. Sasubaki wasn't a physical type. That is why she was panting after climbing all the way up here. Huh, you made it. And yet I thought you wouldn't. Do you really think so lowly of my skills, physically wise? Said Sasubaki as she made her way up. As she gave her a smile. How are you feeling? Why do you ask? Kurosaki said. Well, you've seemed to be going through a lot lately. Since we went to Konoha. I don't know what you're talking about. Look, said Sasubaki. I don't know if I'm grasping at straws here, but I'm gonna ask you something. And I don't mean to offend you or anything, but I just need to know. What are you going on about? Do you and the blonde Konoha ninja, the one that was in a land of tea, have something going on? What? What the hell are you talking about? Said Kurosaki. Why would you think that? I've noticed the glances, the way you both looked at one another. Is something happening? I don't know what you've seen, but I don't understand why would you even come up with something like that. You still haven't answered the question. Kurosaki sighed as she walked towards her. Sasubaki stepped back. You aren't gonna push me off the cliff, right? Of course not, you fool. Come with me, she said. As Kurosaki looked down, as she started to climb. As Sasubaki looked down, I just got up here. She was led to a secret location. What's going on? Look, it's been eating away at me. I thought I was more subtle, but it seems I was not. However, you're not wrong. And I need your help. Wait, you're really betraying the village? What? Of course not. Then what's going on? Just listen. Ever since he saved me, we kind of became friends. When was this? Well, he kind of... Before I say anything else, I need you to promise me that you will never, ever breathe a word to anyone about this. You're one of my closest friends, so promise me now. I promise. I'll never tell anyone, said Sasubaki. Alright, I trust you, said Kurosaki. Look, as the both of them sit down, He's been sneaking in the village without anyone noticing. And we became friends over the past couple of months. And, well, things between us had escalated a bit even though none of us had said it out loud. We became more friendly with each other. As Kurosaki was talking, Sasubaki fist clenched behind her. And I don't know when it happened, but I started to like him even more. He the same for me. However, do you remember that time I asked you about how far would you go for someone you love? Wait, do you love him? Said Sasubaki. Her fist releasing as she looked defeated. I don't know. Look, when I got to Konoha and I saw him, things just got all too much for me. However, your words remind me that I'm still a shinobi of this village. So I broke things off. You did? Sasubaki said, her face lightened back up. Yeah, however, seeing him crying, I started to cry as well. But I know that I should not go back there because he's not a part of this village and I'm Tishikage's granddaughter. So I need you to snap some sense into me. Tell me what I'm doing is wrong. Tell me you're wrong, said Sasubaki. Whoa, that was quick. Look, I don't mean to hurt your feelings or do anything out of the way, but listen to me, said Sasubaki as she placed a hand on Kurosaki's shoulder. You're my dearest friend, and I care a lot about you, but this guy, he's gonna ruin you. If your grandfather or anyone else ever find out, you will be a laughingstock of this village. Your name will be righted with shame. You know the history between us and Konoha, and you know how bad this will be. And you're not just a normal person, you're the granddaughter of Tishikage. We all know that you're next in line. You want to be Tishikage for as long as I know you. Why would you throw all of that away for a guy? He's not worth it. What if he is? Come on, Kurosaki. How can you be so stupid? Wait, why are you getting so angry? Because you're behaving stupid. I mean, come on. He's not worth the drama. Do you know what will happen to your life if you do this? I don't want you to turn even into a mezzanine. Why would you think I'll turn to a mezzanine? You love this guy, you said it. I don't know if I will say love. Well, you care about him. Your heart let you do a lot of stupid things. And I don't want you to leave this village for someone like that. I'm your friend, so I won't lie to you. Going with this guy will be the worstest thing you've ever done. That's all I can say. Kurosaki said she was quiet for a good 5 minutes. She didn't say a single word as Sasubaki just looked at her, looking at how beautiful she was, even while thinking. Kurosaki moved forward as she hugged her. Sasubaki was cautious at first, however, she wrapped her arms around Kurosaki and held on to her tightly. Thank you, Kurosaki said. And you're right. I would be giving up too much, even if it means there might be something between us. I can't give away everything. I was dying to tell someone. I'm glad that I told you. Kurosaki pulled back. You will always be my greatest friend. Yeah, Sasubaki said. I'll always be there for you. However, there was a strained look on her face, like she didn't want to hear that part, especially about being friends. Meanwhile, at Konoha, as Naruto stepped inside the hospital, as he saw the woman sitting up in bed, she seemed to be a lot better than before. Now that he got a close look at her, she was a bit older than he thought. Maybe late teens, 19. At first she thought that she was probably 15 or 16, but she was older. And her eyes was not what he saw with Hinata. Hinata's eyes were lavender. However, hers were pure white. And her hair had this creamy color to it. It stopped mid-back as she looked at him. She gave him a friendly smile. As Naruto smiled back, as she motioned for him to come closer, as Naruto sat in the chair. You're the one that saved me, she said to him. As she seemed rather happy at that. Yeah, said Naruto. Before we get into anything, tell me, the one that you saved me from, what happened to him? Well, he's kind of dead, said Naruto. Was he someone close to you? He was trying to kill me. what do you think? She said. Well, yeah, but I was still kind of worried that I misjudged the situation. Sometimes people let out emotions in strange ways, said Naruto. Well, that is correct, however. He's no friend of mine, trust me. You did me the greatest favor ever, she said. However, I'm afraid it's not over. But before that, how did you kill him? What do you mean, said Naruto. How are you so powerful? You're a child. Well, I'm 13, said Naruto. Legally adult because of this, as he pointed his headband. Yes, but that is not what I speak of. You humans should not possess this level of power. Us humans? You say that like you're some kind of aliens or ghosts or something, said Naruto. Well, from your point of view, I suppose you would call me an alien. Wait, what? Said Naruto. I'm not from this planet. You're joking, right? Naruto said. No. As Naruto looked her over. What are you looking for? She said. Well, I always thought that aliens would have some kind of tail or something, but nah, you look pretty human to me. Well, there are other races that has different features, but yes, we share similar face features, she said to him. As Naruto looked at her. Yeah, you're right there, but so you're really an alien? She nodded. Well, you don't seem surprised by this. Oh, I am, said Naruto, but lately, I guess things don't surprise me that much anymore. Why is that? I don't really know myself, said Naruto. I have become rather, how can you say it, desensitized to everything. Violence, and sometimes even death, which is really mind-boggling to me. That guy that I killed, yes, he was a bad guy, but usually I would have been feeling strange, but now, as you told me that he was a bad guy, I don't really care anymore. It sounds kind of strange to me, said Naruto. I just don't understand why. She checked him over. As she looked over him. Is something wrong? Said Naruto. No. However, it seems like, well, it's hard to explain. But, once again, I thank you for what you have done. Well, it's no big deal, said Naruto. I wouldn't have let him harm you anyways. I first hit you when I first woke up. I apologize for that, she said. Oh, it's fine, said Naruto. By the way, what's your name? Oh, it's Kagura. Kagura, oh, just call me Kagura, she said. Well, nice to meet you, Kagura. The name is Naruto Uzumaki, said Naruto, as he shook hands with her. Your hand feels so cold. Is that alright? Yes, it's fine, she said. So, what's going on? Said Naruto. Are you a Hyuga? That clan member that I just met a moment ago? No, she said. But you have the same eyes. Far from it, she said to him. His is much weaker in comparison. And yours is also a lot whiter, said Naruto. Yes. The true version of the Byakugan. Wow, seems awesome, he said. That guy that you took down, he was no normal being. He was a tracker. A tracker? What's that? They're an elite group of individuals that hunt down people that are trying to get away. Get away from what? Before I go any further, you must promise me that you will not tell anyone what I'm about to tell you. The older gentleman outside seemed to be the leader of this village that we're in, correct? How did you? From the way he carried himself. I've known many leaders over my long lifespan. You make it sound like you're really old. What are you? 18? 19? Said Naruto. She giggled in her palm. What's so funny? Said Naruto. Oh, it doesn't matter, she said. Now, as I was saying, can you promise me not to tell anyone what I'm about to tell you? Well, I don't know, said Naruto. I mean, he is the Hokage and I'm a ninja. As she lowered her head at that, I guess I can't stay here then, she said. Wait, what do you mean? As Naruto saw a fearful look came on her face. What's wrong? It's nothing for you to concern yourself about. Don't worry. I will get going as soon as I'm able to. No, wait, said Naruto. Why are you such in a rush? That guy. Was he the only one tracking you? He asks. No, I'm afraid not. Then, aren't they gonna come for you? Naruto watched as she nodded. Are they stronger than you? He asks. Yes, unfortunately they are. That means they're gonna take you away. Yes, but it can't be helped. Because if you were to tell your leader outside what I'm about to tell you, I'm sure that he will not chance the hassle of what is to come. He will kick me out of this village immediately. He wouldn't do that, said Naruto. He's a good guy, and he won't let the defenseless woman to just walk out on her own. You don't understand, she said to him. What I have to say is very dangerous for everyone. However, you're different. And you might be the only one that can help me. However, it's not something easy. And nowhere normal at all. What am I to ask? What do you want me to do? Said Naruto. Well, it involves you helping me take down someone that might be coming very soon. A very dangerous person, she said. How strong is he? Said Naruto. Is he stronger than the guy before? He's far, far stronger, she said. Whoa. So he's gonna come here and try to fight? She nodded. Well, not to sound insensitive, but I would love to fight him, said Naruto. And don't worry, I won't let him take you. She looked towards him like he was crazy. You seem to not be understanding the whole conversation. This person is not someone to be trifled with. While you are indeed powerful, I doubt whatever you're thinking will be easy. Well, I've been looking for a good challenge lately. Everyone has been not living up to the expectations. She chuckled to herself. What's so funny? You're as strange as the guy, you know that, right? Hey, I'm not strange, said Naruto. I'm just looking for a good fight. And I promise, he said, I won't tell the old man about what we talk about. So tell me, who is this guy? Alright, fine, she said. Well, for starters, he's a king of the planet I come from. It's not just me, there's a lot more. And you see, he's far stronger than you can even imagine. I would like to tell you more, but I don't trust your instincts not to tell your leader. But I won't, said Naruto. I'm afraid what I have to say is just too much. I know what I'm asking is a lot, from the simple fact that I'm even asking for your help. If you wish to turn me down, go ahead and say so, she said. If I do turn you down, said Naruto, what's gonna happen to you? I do not wish to guilt you, she said. Just tell me, said Naruto. Well, I will die, she said. He's gonna kill you, isn't he? She nodded. Why is he even after you? Well, I was not as powerful as the others. What do you mean? Well, my race is different than yours by a lot. And let's just say if you're not as strong. They do things to make sure that your power and what you are is beneficial for the stronger ones. I don't understand. Well, let's just say that I will be used to make sure that the king's power grow. And in the process, I won't be with us anymore. So he's taking advantage of you because you're not strong as your other race member, said Naruto. Yes, she said. As Naruto clenched his fists. You know, when I was younger, the first time I ever fought in the academy, it's a school that we go to learn how to become ninjas. I got beaten really badly by this guy known as Sasuke Uchiha. And everyone laughed. It was that moment I told myself that I'll never be weak again. So I put my body through hell. And I am what you see I am today. Training did this, she said. Well, and a few more perks, said Naruto. Let's just say I'm a bit special. Well, you do have piece of the jewel inside of you that seem to be continuously flowing chakra into your system. Piece of the what? You mean the fox, Naruto asks. Has the chakra retain a animal form, she asks. Well, there's a fox silo inside me. The nine-tailed fox. The most powerful Biju. What about it? Said Naruto. Yes, it's a piece of the Jubi. A powerful beast with 10 tails. But he's the strongest and he only has 9. Well, it seems like someone split him into pieces. The Jubi that is. And create these 9 other creatures that you speak of. And you have the strongest 9. If they were to be brought back together, the power of the 10 tails will reform. I have no idea what you're even talking about, said Naruto. You don't have to worry, she said. It seems like this was done without your knowledge. However, for someone to retain such power that split the Jubi, I wonder who it is. And this world, it is filled with chakra. Something that is not usually normal. And I wonder what happened to the Jubi for it to become like that. Well, I don't know, said Naruto. It's fine, she said. Well, at least you're a lot nicer than that guy, said Naruto. Well, you can see that I'm different from the rest of my race. Some of us are. And the ones like us are the ones that are used. As Naruto went over that in his mind. Well, I'll protect you, he said. She raised an eyebrow. What? Well, it's quite simple. This guy that you speak of, the king, you said he's powerful, and I'm looking for a good fight, and besides, you seem to be a nice lady, so I'll protect you. All you have to do is stay here. I won't tell JJ what happened, so he won't have to worry about anything. And when this king guy show up, I'll beat him into a pulp, said Naruto, and send him packing. Doesn't that sound nice? And she looked at him with an amused look. I'm glad that you think it will be that easy, but trust me, it will not. Fighting the king is a death sentence, even for someone of your magnitude. Oh, you have no idea what I'm capable of, said Naruto. I'm really strong, in fact. I've never really went all out on someone before, even when I fought your friend back then. I did say serious punch, but I was holding back quite a lot. You were? Yep, said Naruto. How strong are you? I don't really know, said Naruto, rubbing back of his head, but I seem to be getting stronger day after day. She looked towards him with hope in her eyes. Perhaps this can work, she thought to herself. Alright, she said. If you're willing to do this for me, I will not go against what you said. There has been many sacrifices to help me get away from this fate that I've been declared to. What fate? That is something I'll keep to myself for now, she said. So if you really think that you can do this, however, I want to see what you're truly capable of, and what power you retain. Because as much as you talk, it won't be easy to fight him. Well, how will you test how strong I am? Before that, she said, why are you willing to do something like this for me? You just met me. All you know is my name. Well, a part of it is my own selfishness. I want to fight a strong guy. That is the reason, she said. Well, there's more, said Naruto. You remind me of me, when you said that your fate was decided for you because you were weak. Well, you see, because of the fox inside of me, I never really had a normal childhood. My fate was decided for me when I was much younger. I never got to know my parents. They died right after I was born. And my life hadn't really been easy. Besides, you seem to be a good person. And I hate to see people suffer, said Naruto. And the whole fighting a strong opponent thing. So I guess it's a bit rightful and a bit selfish, said Naruto. Oh, I see, she said. So you have no idea who your parents were? Nah, not really, said Naruto. Would you like me to find out? Asked Naruto, blinking in surprise. How would you do that, he asks. Well, I have this ability. I can search your mind way back to when you were just born. You might not remember, however, your eyes must have caught sight of at least your mother, if you were born from her, so I will be able to see her. And maybe I can give you a description, you can find out who she is. You can do that, said Naruto. As she saw how quickly he perked up. As she even saw the look in his eyes. What's wrong? It's just, I never thought I would ever know what they even look like. Can you do that, please? Well, considering what you're even trying to do for me. Of course, she said. Come here. As Naruto got up and moved closer to her. Just stand still. She reached as she placed both her hands inside of his head. Her pale eyes flashed blue, as Naruto's eyes went completely blue, Not just his normal blue sapphire. It went completely blue. No white part, no blue, nothing. It just overtook everything. Kagura found herself in a wandering hall. As she walked, on the walls beside her she saw memories. As her gut started to turn when she saw this child's life. Attacks. Scornful words. Hatred glares. Throughout all of this though, he locked it away. That surely wasn't healthy. She made her way as she arrived towards the end of the hall. As she saw there was a large, wide open frame in front of her. As she reached out, that is when she noticed it started to flicker in. There was a woman with bright red hair, dark blue eyes. There was sweat, a lot of it on her forehead. Kagura was seeing Naruto POV. As the woman held her forehead to Naruto's and held him in her arms. As she cried, tears of joy. She then turned her back as she started to speak. As Kagura could barely hear what she was saying because of Naruto's body not being too developed back then. He was just a baby after all. However, she did saw blonde hair. The man was standing there as he had blonde hair. Shaped like Naruto's, however, he had two bangs. As he turned his face slightly, as she saw his ocean blue eyes. His face seemed similar to Naruto's, however, he didn't have any whisker marks. He seemed to be upset and at the same time trying to do his best to make sure his wife feels safe. Kagura then heard a word. Kushi. She wasn't sure what that was, the man said to her. The woman then called back Mina. Kagura could not get the end of the sentence. What the woman was saying, however, she knew Kushi and Mina. She was not sure if that was their names. However, the image changed, but before she could recollect anything else, Kagura felt a feeling of dread. A sense of overwhelming death and destruction. Her whole body shook in fear. Slowly turning her head, Kagura turned to see an individual standing there. He was the same size as Naruto, however, his face was empty. A pure black darkness, swallowed in nothing but emptiness. The abyss was deep, endless. That's enough. Remove yourself. That was all he said as she was blasted out. In the outside world, Kagura was thrown off the bed as she collapsed down to the ground. As she looked up, and when she saw Naruto's eyes, they weren't the same. As there was a grin on his face, before his body slumped over. He then shot up his head as he looked around. What just happened? He said, confused. As he saw Kagura on the floor, over the other side of the bed. What's wrong with you? Said Naruto. She slowly got to her feet, keeping her distance away from him. Are you okay? The veins inside of her eyes came well pronounced as she looked at Naruto. Stay where you are, she said. What's wrong? Did I do something? She heard the hurt in his voice. No, you didn't, she said. I'm sorry. I guess I just got caught up in your memories. As she walked over, as Naruto noticed her hand shaking a bit, as she held it with her other hand. Are you sure you're okay? Yes, I'm fine, she said. It's alright, she said. I just saw some of your more darker memories. You did? Said Naruto. Yes, but that's not all of them. There was a lot of gaps. What are you doing? She asked. What do you mean? Said Naruto. Have you been repressing some of your memories? She asked him. I don't know what you're talking about, he said, turning his head. As she could clearly see that he doesn't want to talk about this. Fine, I'll drop it. However, you should know, repressing your memories will never end in a good way. Well, I'm fine, said Naruto. So, let's get back to the topic. What did you find? Well, I was able to see two people. There was a woman there. She had bright red hair. I'm not sure her full name, however I got Kushi. And there was a man. He looked so similar to you, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Mina. Kushi and Mina, said Naruto. Yes, that was all I was able to get. So all you have to do now is find out who those people are. As Naruto moved forward and hugged her, surprising her. "Oh, what are you doing?" "Thank you," he said, looking up towards her with a smile. "You're the first one to ever give me any clue about my appearance." As she saw the tears in his eyes. Despite his strength, despite his power, she should still realize that he was still a kid. A kid that has went through a lot. So much, in fact. "So, I guess we have a deal on helping one another," said Naruto. "I guess we do." "So, seeing that you're an alien, you don't have a place to stay, right?" said Naruto. "Don't worry, I'll get my place prepared so you can stay there with me." As Naruto remembered about his house, he had to clean some things up. "I'll be right back, wait," she said to him. "You can't tell the others that I am what I told you what I am. So we'll have to come up with a backstory." "A backstory?" said Naruto. "Yes. Something we can tell them for now to get them all for our back. I'm not sure how the customs are on this earth, however I saw the way the one with the Byakugan eyes looked at me. I have no doubt that he will try to recruit me into his clan. Which is not gonna happen." "Yeah, you're right about that," said Naruto. "So what are we gonna do?" "I think I have an idea," said Kagura. Moments later, as Naruto finally stepped out of the room, as the envoy that appeared told him that he should follow him, as Naruto was brought to another room. In said room, Hiruzen was in there, along with Hayashi. They had tried to listen in on what was going on, however, they weren't able to. Hiruzen was sure that Naruto would sense any of the envoys and give their position away. And they didn't have time before they could plant any listening devices because the woman was adamant on not speaking to any of them, except for Naruto. So with that, Naruto made his way towards the room as he entered. "Oh hey JJ," he said. "And you," he said, looking towards Hayashi. "Naruto, I want you to tell me what that woman told you." "Oh, that," said Naruto. "Well, it turns out that she is a Hyuga." "She is," Hayashi said. "I've never seen her before." "That's because she's not a part of your clan." "What's going on here?" is an axe. "Well, she said a long time ago, something happened to make two branches of the Hyuga clan separated. And her ancestors are part of that branch. Throughout the years, they have kept to themselves, making sure not to interact with any of the villages, or become a part of any of the clans. They had lived in peace and harmony. They didn't want to be a part of the main clan for some reason. Well, considering how you people treat one another, I can understand the reason," said Naruto. Hayashi gave Naruto a glare, however Naruto dismissed him. "So it turns out that her family, they got struck with a devastating disease. A lot of them died. She was one of the last few remaining, however. There was a guy who wanted to repopulate the clan, and he wanted to use her and a few other females that remain. However, when the others refused, he got angry. He had the tendency of attacking before thinking things over, and he ended up killing two of them. So she ran, and he chased after her, trying to make her become pregnant with his child to repopulate the clan. That is when I found them," said Naruto, "and I ended up stopping him. Good thing I was there," said Naruto, "otherwise, well, things would have been really bad. But I saved her, and now she's here. And now she's gonna live with me." "What?" said Hiruzen. "Yeah. I told her about how bad your clan was," said Naruto as he looked towards Hayashi. "You did what?" "Yeah. I saw the way your clan members treat one another. Hinata and Neji come to mind," said Naruto. "And she said that she doesn't want to be a part of your clan. And you can't make her. So I invite her to stay with me, and she agreed. So she'll be living with me from now on," said Naruto. "She said that she wanted to talk to you, JJ, but not him," said Naruto. "So, let's go," he says. He started to walk away. As Hayashi looked towards Hiruzen, "Are you really gonna allow this child to do as he please?" "Well, I can't force her to be a part of her clan, however, there is much to be discussed. I won't just allow her to stay with Naruto like that." As Hayashi didn't look pleased with that at all, to hear that there was another section of the Hyuga clan out there that he didn't know about, it angered him. Was he lying throughout any of that? Here's an axe. "Unfortunately not," said Hayashi. On the outside, Naruto's face turned back normal. Throughout the entire conversation, he had forced his facial muscles not to move one bit. Even while he was moving his mouth, he did not move his facial features one bit. The woman told him that those eyes of theirs can detect when people was lying, so Naruto had a vast control over almost every point of his body, and he was able to control his facial features not to move, as he forced the muscles in his face to stay still, and they didn't know that he was lying. He hated to lie to the old man, however. A part of him wanted to fight this king, and also a part of him wanted to protect that woman in there. And besides, she was the only one so far as told him about his parents. No one else, not even the old man. As Hiruzen followed, Hiruzen told Naruto that he would speak to the woman. However, Naruto already had things to do as he had to clean up his house. Hiruzen stepped inside the room as the woman was back on the bed. He told me what happened to you. I can see how you feel indebted to him for saving you. That you wish to speak to him first, Hiruzen said, other than anyone else. I will not be joining the Hyuga clan, she said. Well, I don't have the authority to push you into a clan, especially since you were not born in Konoha to begin with. You are not a citizen of this village. However, there is politics and there is rules in this village that will force you to take up housing in one of the clans. And that's not gonna happen. Then I'm afraid you won't be staying here, Hiruzen said, as he was stern with that. Rules must be followed, and I don't think that you're gonna do that, she said. Hiruzen narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Well, I was able to enter Naruto's mind. As Hiruzen watched her, what? You see, I was able to see quite a lot. My mind processed things really fast, and I was able to see a few visions. And I found out something that... You fear him. I what? Yes, the way you carry yourself, the way that you spoke about him when I first told you I want to see him. You fear him. Because he's so powerful. Hiruzen watched her carefully. Where are you going with this? Well, it's quite simple. I already told Naruto that I'll be staying with him. So you're gonna have to figure out how to cancel those rules, after all. I implore you that it won't be easy to try and force me into any of your clans. You have no idea what I'm capable of, she said. I might be more sedated and more calm than my other brethren. However, that doesn't make me weak. A sense of power resonated from the woman as the room trembled a bit, surprising Hiruzen as he narrowed his gaze. As he raised his hand, stopping the envoys from interfering. What do you want? It's quite simple. I'm gonna protect that child, she said. You're gonna do what? Yes, he saved me. I figure it's the only way to pay back him for saving me. I've saw his memories, the things that these people have put him through. And the lies. What lies? You can't tell me that you don't know who his parents are, with you being the village leader. He must be important seeing that he contained a piece of the Jubi. The what? The fox that he spoke to me about. How did you? He told me. As you can see, he trusts me. I'm not trying to attack or do anything wrong in your village. However, this child has placed his faith and trust in me, and I will do the same for him by helping him. So I'm not leaving. You think you can just walk in here and demand what you like, Hiruzen said, as he didn't like the way she was talking. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell Naruto that you're gonna kick me out? Usually, holding information over people's head is something I would not really do. However, in this case, I'm afraid I need to do so. My life depends on it. What do you mean, Hiruzen asks? Well, I'm sure if I were to step out of this village with these eyes of mine, my time out there in the wild won't be so pleasant, she lied, not telling him the real reason. So you're forcing my hand to let you stay here. You really believe I'll just allow you to do as you please, especially with Naruto after what you just told me? Well, I would never try to hurt Naruto. As I said, he's just me, and I will do the same thing for him. However, you have watched as that child was put through literal hell. The beatings, the attacks, the whisper. Do you know what that has done? Hiruzen now felt ashamed. Let me tell you, she said. That child possessed power that can rival the gods. Hiruzen had no idea how cryptic her words were. However, because of all your hate, These people in this village, all of their negativity, it has festered something inside of him. What do you mean? I told you I've been in his mind, and I saw something that scared the living hell out of me. Whatever it was something dark, something decrepit, something that is just waiting to come out. And I'm afraid if it does, this village, no, this entire planet will be wiped away. In a matter of hours, if he so choose. Harrison stepped back, fearful at her words. I enter his mind. I was lucky enough to come back out alive. What did you see? I don't know what exactly it is. However, I've never felt hate so much. Yes, he smiles. He's always happy, however. That is the only thing that is keeping this thing back. And tripping away his happiness would be the death of us all, she said. Harrison feared this. He feared that Naruto locking away his emotions will fester something dark. And this woman is confirming what he fears so much. So, ripping me away after I promised to be there for him would not be such a good idea. Harrison frowned as he glared at her, trying to use his own move against him. Damn it, he thought to himself. Time skip. They had a long conversation, and after that conversation finished, she was able to go with Naruto. As Harrison went back to his office, as Naruto scratched the back of his head, I know, it's not really much, but you can take the bed, said Naruto. I'll sleep on the couch. You flatter me, but I hate to kick you out of your own bed. It's the right thing to do, said Naruto. So take the bed. Besides, your help would go a long way with me finding out who my parents are. I'll search day and night if I have to. It was then that he heard their stomach grumble. Oh, you're hungry. Figure that much, said Naruto as he rushed towards his cabinet. Opening it up, there was nothing but ramen. He moved towards the fridge. Inside there was different meats. A lot of it. Huh, you like to cook, she said. Just a habit I picked up from someone I used to know, said Naruto, as his tone became really sad. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, said Naruto. I always wanted someone to eat my meals once I cooked them, to taste test them. Would you do that for me, he asked. Sure, she said. Well, he would be feeding me, so I should be the one thanking you. Oh, it's no problem, said Naruto. I just wish I had enough money to get some of the more expensive kind. What do you do for money, she said. Oh, missions, this and that, said Naruto. Is that all? Well, other people work. You're gonna have to tell me some more about the civilization that you live in. And I can tell you more about being a ninja. Yes, that will be quite fine, she said. Oh, and we'll have to get you some new clothing, said Naruto. As she saw the look on his face, don't put yourself out for me, she said. You've already done enough. Oh, it's no problem, said Naruto. I'm just thinking, how am I gonna get a lot of money really fast? As he started to walk around before he noticed his ninja ID. It then clicked. Holy shit, he said. What's wrong, she asked. I just realized something. Bounty hunting. She tilted her head confused. You remember you told me about that tracker, right? Yes, what about him, she said. Well, there is something like that in our world as well. However, it's called hunting ninjas for bounty. I need to get one of those little books. Maybe I can even get a bigger place once I get enough money, said Naruto. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. How stupid could I be, he thought to himself. Well, it's my presence that is why you're thinking of this. So don't blame yourself, she said to him. Oh, it's quite alright, said Naruto. Why don't you sit down and I'll get you something to eat? You're being really nice, she said to him. As Naruto chuckled. Sorry if I'm being a bit too pushy. It's just, well, promise not to say anything to anyone. Sure, she said. Well, recently I had someone that I knew and, well, I can't be friends with them anymore. Yeah, I have my team and the old man, but I don't have much else. And also, when I come home every night, the home is always empty. And I have no one here, said Naruto. So, if I have someone, even a friend, someone like you, said Naruto, I'll have a family to come home to and cook with. She looked towards him. Why are you crying, said Naruto. She wiped her tears. Oh, your words just remember me about something in my past, she said. As she moved forward and hugged him, You don't have to worry now, she said. I'll be here for you. I know that we just met, however. There's something about you. As she remembered, flashback in the past. Kagura was much younger. As she was cuddled up, she glanced up towards someone that held on to her. It's gonna be okay, Kagura. I'll always be here for you. I promise. As a smile came on young Kagura's face. Thanks, big sister, she said, as she fell asleep. As a woman looked down towards her, with a smile on her face. I love you, big sister Kaguya. I love you too, Kagura, said the now identified Kaguya. In the flashback, she looked down towards Naruto she remembered when she was younger. Until what happened and her sister had to flee. As it broke her heart each time, and she still couldn't find her. However, here she was, with this young soul right here. She was old enough to be his mother 10 times over. Such a sweet child. He was so lonely, so depressed. The urge to protect him was so strong. As she held on to him tightly. I'll never let anyone hurt you, she said. As Naruto didn't know what the sensation was, never feel it so much before. It's not like what he felt for Kurosaki. It was different, warm, and not like he liked her, but loving. It was weird. As he glanced up towards her to see her crying. However, she just held him tighter, confusing him, but at the same time he liked it. Meanwhile, outside the elemental nation, two individuals were currently chained as they were lying on their stomach, their face down on the ground. Begin the process. The moment a voice spoke up, their bodies started to convulse as markings spread on the ground. They scream in agonizing pain before a red glow consumed their bodies. Once the pain died down and the smoke cleared away from what just happened, the only thing that was left was two strange fruits. It was red with veins over it that seemed weird. Someone walked in and picked up the fruits and placed them in a secure container. As the person walked out, however, on the ground there was 3 spots, but one of the spots were empty. There was supposed to be a third person. However, only 2 was brought in. As the person with the container made his way, as he headed straight toward the king, Alir. As he knocked before he was told to enter as he entered. My king, the process is over. Good. The voice spoke up as the king stepped forward. Another successful job, however. The woman has still not yet been found. We're searching, sir. You were told to keep a watch on her. Her traitorous sister left this place, and since then, she's been a flight risk. And you allow her to flee this place. I should remove all of your heads. The man dropped to his knees. I'm sorry, my lord, he said, as he was begging. The king looked down towards him with disgust and anger. Get out of my sight and find her. The time is ticking. At once, the man left immediately. As the king turned back towards the fruits, popping open the container, he reached in and picked up one of them before he started to munch down on it. As power erupted from his veins, as he felt a sense of bliss before he swallowed the other one. Good. As his entire body was swelled with overwhelming power, a crushing force that went through. A distance away on the same planets, 2 pair of beacon eyes open. It seems another consuming has been taking place. The man that was sitting down calmly, he was a popular person in this little planet's hierarchy. His name was Momoshiki Osusuke. And that is when someone came running towards him. It was the same man that was speaking to the king earlier. Momoshiki-sama, he said. What is it? The leader of the tracking force, Aizawa. We've lost all contact with him. What? I apologize, but the returning time is over. So, by all indication, he's probably dead. Momoshiki clenched his fists. Aizawa has never been one to not return. once he was given a specific time. However, are you saying that that woman killed him? I personally made Aizawa what he is today. That worthless woman couldn't have taken his life. I don't know what happened, sir. However, the others are looking for leadership. Who was under Aizawa? Momoshiki asks. Sir, it was a scouter slash tracker. Yurishiki. Yurishiki, huh? Bring him to me now. Seems like someone is getting a promotion. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person, do like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on that bell notification, say post, remember to share all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out other channels. Links will be down in the description, so go ahead, check them out and enjoy. And also, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels, and making 2 and making 3, and anime prints, which I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking about to all of you. And also, don't forget to go ahead and turn on the bell notification to see exactly when I post. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.